We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
I didn't know that most car horns were tuned in the key of F. Chuck, you are full of all kinds of information. Hey folks, Manny CA, with hopefully another educational, entertaining, and hopefully thought-provoking video on the shooting sports. We're continuing our series with the shotgun hulls, but this time I thought we'd do something just a little bit different. So, you guys always hear, well, at least I always hear, how certain powders and certain gauges are no good because they eat up the shell. They eat up the shell a little too quickly. Or the hull. Shells, hulls, you know the debate. I got 3 powders. 3 700X red dot and old standby universal clays. We're gonna shoot these 3 out of a chosen hull, and we're gonna see what kind of damage it does to the interior of the case. This is gonna be cool. Might be a little bit boring and long, but still, it's gonna be cool. One of the biggest things out there right now is how Alliant makes a powder. It's called 410. If you use that powder in certain hulls, 410 hulls, it eats the hull and makes it brittle. Sad but true. So, we're gonna do the same thing with these guys. We've decided to go with the Remington STSs. An old standby hull. Tapered hull. Choose your wad accordingly. We're gonna take 3 of these and get them out of the box. We're gonna load them up with 1 powder in each hull. We are going to mark said hole with the name of the powder and just keep using them over and over again. We'll stop after 5, we'll stop after 10, and we'll stop after 15 shots, and we'll check them out and evaluate what damage, if any, there is. Will anything come out of this? I don't know. That's why we're here. But I thought it'd be kind of cool. And plus, gives us an excuse to shoot. We're gonna take our first shots, and then we'll start the loading process. Why STSs? You may ask. If you went back and you checked our tests out, you found they had a really good track record. Main reason is high quality polymer plastics they use. Plus, it's a 1 case that's drawn out, compression form case, and all they do is stick a brass rim on it. So, for life and durability, you can't beat STSs or Winchester AA's, but we chose STSs. We flipped the coin. And again, for the testing, we have the insatiable, the insurmountable, the indomitable Winchester 1400. And since I ran out of quirky, cute little quips about haters, you guys get a pass today. Ooh, this gun was newly scrubbed the other day. I think that's why I did that. You see all the smoke coming out of the first shot? Yeah. The operation of this gun warrants that you keep the piston that's in here, the pistons type mechanism lubricated very well. Otherwise, you get all kinds of misfunctions and misfeeds. One more observation. Since these are not steel hull shells, we're going to be bending over to pick these up. I'm going to need an extra big dose of Motrin tonight. We have our hulls appropriately named. There you go. Red Dot 700 and Universal. And we're going to be sticking to the powders in these specific hulls. So, first shot, you can see what happened. We got very good light today. For comparison purposes, you can see what the insides look like. Very nice. Remember, they have a no base wad in here. It's all one construction. Kind of cool. And for load data, we're using our standby of 24 grains of Universal. And in the Red Dot and the 700X, we're gonna be using 17 grains. Seems like an all-around good number from the data I looked at. Shot number 1 with our chosen powder. Here we go. Shot number 2 with our powder. And I've got to periodically mark the Sharpies on there with the names because they're starting to rub off a little bit, especially with all the wet dew we got going on here. Load number 3, shot number 4. A little dirty. Just marking the cases because that Sharpie keeps wanting to write right off, but I'm going to use a finer one here. We're using Jedi primers in this testing, and they seem to be working pretty well. One of the main reasons these cases, the Remingtons and the AA's, are so desirable is because they're one of the few that still have an all brass base. What does that mean? It means that they don't expand as much. They have a better contraction rate, and you have your primer pockets last longer. But I'm feeling these primer pockets starting to open up a little bit. That's concerning. This is shot number 5, number 4 with the reloads. This is load number 5, shot number 6, 5 with our chosen powders. You can see we got them marked over here. If the holes in the primer pockets open up more than Stormy Daniels, we're gonna have to just stop the testing and evaluate then. I think it's just not indicative of anybody really wanting to swage these down and keep going. Checking our past playlists, you guys will see we've got everything you need on how to swage these down. And all the tools, you already have them. Okay, that was our 5th shot using our chosen powders. And I gotta tell you, the only thing, because the insides look about the same scaling, let's see if you can see that. We've got universal, red dots in the middle, 700 is right here on the end. See if we get that in the light, you guys be the judge of what you see. I see a lot of scaling inside just from the plastics, but they look somewhat even. Really no discernible differences. The only difference I see is the, what's this, 700? Yeah, the 700 looks like it's got more powder burn right there compared to the other ones. And the one with the least amount of powder burn, I would say it's gotta be the red dot, the center one right here. Center one looks like it has the least amount of powder burns. Let's do another 5. See what happens, because that's where it's going to come out in the long run. Shot number 6. Shot number 7 with our chosen powders. 8 total, just in case you're keeping count. Shot number 9, 8 with our powders. This is number 9 with our powders. Number 10 in total. Looks like the 1400's getting dirty. Don't get me wrong, it's a great gun, but it wasn't made to be shot like this. This is shot number 10 with our powder. And as you can see, the hulls are holding up. Some better than others. What's this? This is red dot. Look at the red dot. So we got red dot, universal clays, and this is 700. 700's right here. 700 seems to be getting the brunt. Look at that. A lot of powder burns. But it looks like red dot is the gentlest so far, if you could call it that. Yeah, there's red dot right here, universal, and that's 700. Very telling. After shot number 10, these guys are taking a beating. And the primer pockets look like they're loosening up a little bit, but let's show you. This one is red dot. In the middle we've got 700, and over here, universal clays. Now, universal clays is a little bit of a heavier powder, and it's supposed to work better under heavier loads, say like 1 1/8. But we've been using it for 1 ounce with no issues. But interestingly enough, we got the same powder burns on universal that we did on what's this, red dot, on 700. Look at 700. 700 to me looks like it took the brunt of the beating, which really doesn't surprise me since it's a faster burning powder than red dot or universal. This one is red dot, and red dot, you gotta say that it has the least amount of powder burns. Let's rotate that around. You see? But they did develop pinpricks inside there. You see that? Oh yeah. We started getting pinpricks. And the only ones that really seem thin, I mean really thin, is the universal clays. The mouths just seem scorched paper. You see that? Let's compare that to, yeah, the other ones still seem flexible. 700 still seems flexible. And the red dot still seems flexible. Yeah. See if you can see the inside. Red dot, 700. And universals. See if we get the light. Yeah, they look scorchage. Scorchage? Is that a word? Scorchage kind of seems equal. The scaling inside, I want to say red dot looks darker. 700 not so dark. So maybe not so hot. I don't know. It's hard to tell. All you could do is look. But one thing I do conclude from these is 700 kind of destroy the cases a lot more than red dot. Look at the 700. Okay, and then we'll put up red dot here. Red dot's on the bottom, 700's on top. You see that? Oh, no gang signs. I'm gonna get shot on the way back to the house. Okay? And here's Universal. Universal just looks like it toasted the mouths more than the other two. Fascinating. Hope you guys learned something. That's why we do this. I like red dot. Red dot looks good. I don't use it for loading though because I think it's a little too expensive. But then again, I'll buy whatever's on sale and tailor my loads to that. Hopefully you guys have picked something up. If you haven't, oh well, too bad. But if you have, tell your friends. Pass the info around. Send the links out. Go up to the top, cut and paste the links. These holes are toast. The biggest problem with this test was trying to keep the hull straight and keeping the Sharpies on there, keeping them marked because they kept rubbing off. I think next time if we do something like this, I'm gonna just take a little like a stamp or something, just kind of stamp the name on it, hammer stamp a name, an initial or something on it. I don't know. I think that would work out probably a little bit better than what we were doing today. Doesn't help when the grass is wet though. You guys know we are under attack. Facebook, Google, YouTube. They hate Second Amendment and Americana content. They do not want you to be self-sufficient. They want everybody to live in a nanny state. You guys know this. Look at all the prepper channels and the reloading channels that they're targeting and the firearms channels. Come on. You guys need to do something. Do not let them silence your voice. Go up to the top, copy the links, send them to your friends, patriots, worldwide Second Amendment advocates, even people around the world that hunt. I hope you guys had as much fun watching as I did doing, even though now I got a massive headache. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, send them on down.
But don't burn, baby, burn. You just learn, baby, learn. And don't burn, baby, burn. You just learn.